playoff time versus the Colts. And here we go. Be the first time playing these guys.
I had no idea how the team would react on or off the field to my return. But deep down, I knew it was what I needed to do. Returning from an injury like this
The Colts. I guess pretty good players.
Today, from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
Let's get it, Raiders.
It's the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Straight ahead, we punch the second of two tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team was coming in off of a win last week. They're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Corey Willis in there to bury him
that's
for
what
a
I was
loss of
scared of.
11. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And finding the tight end Hooper. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
2nd and inches.
Running is Jacobs. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 31. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive.
8 yards.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
23-yard.
Well, Charles, the big story today, obviously the courageous return of one of the league's best quarterbacks when he was injured during an early season victory. The assumption, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. 23-yard run. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
And now a two-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll try and throw for it. And he will get in to make it 8-0.
That makes the score.
Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Looking to throw. And he fires one incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
Waller, incomplete.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's complete. Hooper. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. A nice pass there. And Charles, how important do you think it is that the coaching staff helps him get in a good rhythm early on?
I think it's very important because not only has he been on a 3-month run, we still don't know how healthy he actually is and what his timing is going to be out on the field. So getting him comfortable, getting him success early, that's a big part of this game plan and a big part of what this coaching staff has to do.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards on the pickup, and the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score.
Raiders 8, Colts 0.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Raiders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Jacobs now. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Jacobs, the ball.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. The open man here, Renfro. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. And it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here's Jacobs. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
The 5-yard line. A 4-yard gain. Brings up
one more time with Jacobs. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
It's not much as perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Working out of the gun, Winston. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there, first down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Khalil Mack. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they're really in sync right now.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Got his man, complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. A big play there just before halftime. 69 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. It's their quarterback as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Giorgio Tavecchio set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks. We've already punched 2 tickets to the championship round this weekend. We'll get back to you guys and punch a third in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And it's the Baltimore Ravens who will continue on as they were able to eliminate the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Giorgio Tavecchio set to kick off.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
22-yard line.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Jameis to throw it. And the Raiders have got him. Corey Littleton. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long for Winston. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Well, he's definitely a big target out there, listed at 6'4", and he used every one of those extra inches to go up and make that catch.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 2nd and 7, Winston over the middle, and it's incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game,
it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into...
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Well, that's pretty
A
good.
big play there. 53 yards. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer.
And he threw up my favorite number.
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. That time a 6-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. On the return, Lynn Bowden. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. Darren Lee there to get him down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
They'll set up a throw. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. He is out of bounds right around the 34. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
And this is going to be a Raiders 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
47-yard line.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
And 6.
They'll set up to throw. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And a short gain down to about the 33. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he will find his man on the outside. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Winston. That's into the hands of Pascal.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Ball stays out. That's complete to the tight end Sample. That catch good for only a couple. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Winston. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And look at this, big gain, fumble.
Winston's pass complete to Michael.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Rosas good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
To kick off.
Across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you're doing across the defensive front. Instead of linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's got Hooper on the short connection. They take it down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Left side, a completion to his tight end. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Sack to Val. 26 yards. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
He hits That's the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Winston readies the offense. Down by 15. A little under a minute 50 remaining. It's certainly a tough situation on the road, needing 2 scores to stay alive in the playoffs as they come up first and 10. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Throws this one right side to Pascal. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. And he completes it to Hunt. That catch good for only a couple. Now Jameis trying to hurry his crew to the line. Throwing again on second down. Winston, they'll leave it for Hunt, complete. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Winston on 3rd and 2. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
First and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now a throw end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 23.
Play action fake. They'll look to throw. And take it into the end zone for a leader touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Back to throw again. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away, it's Tavecchio. This is taken just shy of the 10. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. They are on to the next round of the playoffs, and the story will be the gritty, gutsy effort by one of the league's best QBs.
And he certainly proved the naysayers wrong today, partner. No doubt about that. Now, overall, an up-and-down performance, but he did enough for his team to get the win and advance to the next round. He and his team both have to have confidence and believe that he'll be better the next time out.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Celebration time tonight on the Strip as we say so long from Las Vegas.
After the game, I was even more sore than I expected I would be. I suppose that should have been a sign that the news I'd be getting from Coach wasn't great. The news was devastating, especially since I'd already worked so hard to come back from this injury once. But because I had to come back once, I knew that with a cautious approach, I could come back again. I don't think I've ever been as nervous for the regular season as I was when I returned from injury. Felt like a rookie again. Only this time I knew I had even more to prove. I knew my time to step away would come eventually, but it would be a choice that I made, not a choice made for me because of an injury.
Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. It's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
The Raiders take over.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, but someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
It's a gain of 20.
Plenty of excitement in this stadium and all throughout the league as we kick off another NFL season, and there's no shortage of storylines to keep an eye on across the NFL. But, Charles, what has you most intrigued about this matchup we're about to see?
Well, it's almost embarrassing to admit because it's essentially low-hanging fruit. But I'm as eager as everyone at home to see the return of one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He came back for one playoff game last year, but he admitted that might have been a premature return. Now with an entire offseason, training camp to prepare, he's ready to lead.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is caught in the end zone. So how about that for a statement? They get 2 instead of 1 on the fake, and it's an 8-0 ball game.
All right, we're talking new football here. We're talking new models, new paradigms, new ways of looking at things. They score, line up for the PAT, fake it, and go up 8-0. I'm kind of at a loss here because if I'm going to go for 2, I'm going to ask them to put the ball in the 2-yard line and bring my offense.
Exactly. Opening drive of the game, faking it is bold enough from the 15. That's quite another thing.
I know a lot of people fall back on analytics, but still, I think that person would tell you, put your offense in and go from the 2, not from the 15.
Still got it, though.
Yes, they did. Give them credit.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
2nd and 1.
Now Jones.
Aaron Jones, the ball carrier.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Formation.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week. They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And they work this well upfield across the 45. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Jacobs. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage. And we're still in the second quarter.
Josh Jacobs.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And it's complete. Hooper. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They run it with Jacobs. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs taking it in. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive.
And now they're going to fake it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
No good on the fake extra point.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them?
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, first and 10. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Jackson now. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. On play action, they'll throw. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
So the 2-point conversion trend continues, at least as far as trying those goes. They've attempted them after all 3 touchdowns, CD, and converted now 2 of them.
They're not just dipping their toe in the water, are they? I mean, they're committed to going for 2 points, and 2 out of 3, now with a 22-0 lead. In a sense, they're a little bit ahead of the curve, because normally it would be 21, wouldn't it?
And with the way their defense is playing, I don't know if it matters if they do convert any of these.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. That catch good for only a couple. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free.
Oops.
Coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, I'm
take care of the
hoping
ball. Take care of the
be
ball,
back
because here come the
on
defenders.
PC real soon. Yeah, it's been what? Almost 2 years. It has been 2 years, hasn't it?
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This will be caught just inside the 10.
You got a PlayStation, don't you,
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on first.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. Well, certainly they're hoping that he continues to pile up those completions. And, Charles, we heard him go on record and say during the offseason he kind of reevaluated his approach to the game. So, with that being the case, what are you expecting to see from him this year?
And one of the things you pointed out before we even got to this game was just how refreshingly honest he was about how the injury forced him to change the way he plays. I think that he knew that in order.
And he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown,
I have to get my
Raiders.
phone set up on Discord. You still use Discord.
Hunter Renfro in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
All right, hold on. Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. A lot better.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
If not, I can turn it up a little bit more.
Not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, That's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there,
aren't
you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
He's going to look deep for more.
Yeah, I'll be having my computer soon.
Be incomplete.
It's been in storage for
trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
2 years
So we
and
have
some
reached
months.
halftime here in the Thursday night opener.
And I'm back in
As we send you down
California,
to
and
Orlando,
my
where
shit's all
Jonathan
the way in
Coachman has our
Arkansas.
EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come.
You still
here in the
doing
opening weekend of the
iRacing,
NFL
right?
season. As far as the early games go on Sunday, we'll have our eye on Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A big one for the Chiefs as they'll square off against the Cincinnati Bengals. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Denver Broncos. And finally, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half.
What I've
Who
been
can
up
put
to
it together
is
in the second half?
surviving.
For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team.
2020 was not
and Charles Davis.
fair.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Yeah.
We'll
Definitely,
see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
A lot harder times right
That'll
now.
be taken about a yard deep. And makes it across the 20.
But anyways, to make a long story short, I moved from California to Arkansas. Things didn't work out. I had some falling outs. Moved back to California. Was on the streets for about 6 months until I could get me a place. Finally got a place, and I've been here
shouting, screaming,
since
people
then.
upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical
Trying to
than
save
that.
up.
And in this
So
case, are they upset that
get
the
our
plays
shit
weren't working because of
Arkansas,
execution?
or I can get my
Or do they
shit.
think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Yeah, I appreciate
They
that,
went 2
Craig.
yards in the wrong direction on the last pass play, and now it's
Getting
3rd and
better,
12.
though. Things are starting to
From
go
the
in
gun, it's Jackson. He's
the
going
right
deep
way.
for Brown. He's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
How's your life been
And now
going?
he'll tuck it and run. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
At the 28-yard line.
Jackson, he's going to keep
Oh,
it
you
himself.
motherfucker.
And some room to work. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 28 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Yeah. I feel like 2021 is going to be like a lot worse, but I'm trying not to think that way.
Justin Tucker for the extra
point. I'm trying to stay positive.
And that'll cut the lead down to 22. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
Oh, shit. Congratulations, brother. Congrats on that. That is awesome.
Tucker
glad
down
all
to kick
is
it
well
away
for
following
you
the
too.
touchdown.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
The Raiders heading out to take over.
Now, their passing game has certainly been buoyed by some unbelievable catches.
I love that word, because if you're the quarterback, if you're the guy throwing it, buoyed would be the word, wouldn't it? Because right now, I think his confidence level is so high, I just throw it out there. They will go get it, and we're seeing some fantastic catches and some great plays as a result.
Is it a boy or a girl?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score.
Yeah, definitely.
As they begin first and 10.
Don't know yet? Okay. Yeah, definitely we'll have to hook up on Discord, man.
Play clock down to 0.
Damn it, I got a flag.
Now, this is not the way to
See
start
what
a
happened, Craig,
drive.
when he's talking to me, man? Got me sidetracked. Got a flag. These bitches need it anyway.
And
So.
that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
It don't matter. I'm fixing to throw for 30. Fuck it. I'm gonna wing it. I can do that right now. We're up a little bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15.
But yeah, congrats
following
on the
delay
kid,
of
though.
game.
That's super cool.
Back to throw here.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And too much
had to throw it
juice.
away.
It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They knew exactly what I was
receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Lets this go for Renfro downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to
3rd
dial up
and
the
15.
long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting.
So you still racing, I racing?
15.
And while we may be looking
Pretty
at the
heavily.
scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen
I heard
blown
you and
leads
Joe
happen
did
throughout
good
this
in
league.
the
They don't want to fall
Daytona
victim to it
race.
themselves.
That was cool. I wish I could been there with y'all.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Clutch the first
he was
down.
looking for his tight
Yeah.
end there, Kyle Rudolph.
Yeah, I was getting a little
2nd down.
gritty.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
Yeah, man, I miss racing with y'all, man.
Quarter of the season opener.
I really do.
Here's Jacobs.
Especially when we did shit like that. I even miss fucking with them setups, man. I'd give anything for that shit right now. To be sitting on there pissed off about a goddamn setup that doesn't.
Itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
But I drove like a blind shit. That's funny shit.
Jacobs again. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard.
What car did y'all use? Y'all use the vet, the Corvette?
Sometimes you have to give credit to the defense.
C6,
Great job
some
there
shit
at the
like
point
that.
of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Damn, I waited
now
too
a
late.
toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line.
Sounds amazing.
A good pickup there,
Yeah,
22.
I miss it though, man.
When you get a big tight end
I
like
know
this,
after I
sometimes
start doing it
takes
for
more than
15
one man
minutes,
to
I'm
bring
like,
him
man,
down.
fuck this shit.
Oftentimes your
I
best
gotta be
bet,
back to the
just
norm.
jump on and hold
But right
on
now,
and wait
as
for
of
your
right now, I
teammates to
miss it.
arrive to help get him on the ground.
So 1st and 10.
Now we
and
use
if
the
they score
new
on this
LMP2
drive, might have to
that
start digging in
replaced-
our second
Okay.
half blowout material.
Okay. Who makes
From the red
that?
zone now, they'll look to throw.
Is it the Audi? Look at that
This is
TD.
caught. And he'll
Touchdown.
take it into the
Get the
end
team
zone
over
for a
here,
Raider
please.
Touchdown. Austin Hooper with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
That
And
boy
the
having a
Raiders
seizure or
add on to
something.
their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance.
man,
And
good
most of
player.
the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide.
Man, I
catching
just
it, and
hope
he's
my
done
fucking
exactly
computer
that.
still
Truly
works
leading
and
his
shit.
team
You
right
know what
now
I mean?
towards victory.
I've been
3
thinking about that a
touchdown
lot
catches.
lately.
He's been the headliner.
Because literally, I have not plugged it in since I moved from California the first time to Arkansas, or Tennessee, Arkansas, whatever one. I can't remember which one I moved to at the time. But I lived in both of them. Short periods of time last year. But it's been sitting in the fucking storage all this time. Not the lower end, the Moss prototypes, but those. Okay.
Extra point forthcoming.
Shit, I got another flag.
Delayed game, offense.
What the fuck you gonna do to him?
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now, a slightly more difficult attempt here from the 20. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown.
Yeah, I'm just hoping everything works on my computer though. And fuck, I don't even remember half the passwords and shit. That's gonna be a fucking nightmare. Our racing changed a lot since you was my buddy. What do you mean changed? Like how? Like more cars, tracks, or they've gotten more strict, more liberal?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Yeah, it's all wrapped up and
he
stuff
won't
to
quite
like,
make it to the 25.
and it's in a crate where nothing can get to it. I just been worried about it. You know how it is. You can't physically see your shit. You worry about it, especially when it's 7 states away, in the middle of fucking nowhere, might I
for this
add.
next drive. And here we
Just
are almost
saying.
through 3 quarters of
It's
play, and this
literally in the
passing
middle of
game
fucking
still has not
nowhere.
really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet.
Ah,
Jackson hit, and
get
he
that
lost
ball.
the football. And the
Oh,
Raiders
go,
pick
go,
it
go, go,
up.
go.
And And it's a
God
big
damn it, you
turnover
tripping
there
over.
on the final play of the quarter.
Has more tracks and
Back
cars
now
and a
in
lot of
Baltimore.
changes to the way the
A lot of
cars
folks
work.
starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail
Ooh.
big here to begin quarter number 4.
Okay. Did they ever do the damage model? Just curious. Because they were talking about that shit, and it's been almost a little over 2 years. So, come on, man. Give me some good news on the damage model. Or are they still just blowing smoke up our ass? Because they're fine at that, man. They do an amazing job at that.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. Not much there, only a yard.
To Kyle Rudolph.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
I picked the same fucking play. I am such a fucking dunce-kid. And I got a flag. Jiminy fucking Christmas.
Delay of game, offense.
Yeah. Oops. Where is it? For some reason.
So that'll back him up 5.
For some reason, it was not showing on my phone. So I had to do that. Hold on, where we at? Oh, really?
They'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Yeah, I figured.
Chuck Clark.
They always screw the fucking. Always screwing the fucking
Timeouts.
over
It's
guys.
just their first. They'll be down to 2
We're the
remaining
last
as
to
we
get
step
any
aside
fucking
here
time.
in the 4th quarter.
And we're the main fucking supporter of iRacing. I don't understand it.
The Raiders on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because
I
there was
picked
no
the wrong
hurry
fucking
movements
play.
there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Lets this go for Renfro downfield.
Oh, that was pass interference. Come on, y'all.
I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
He'll let this go deep for
God damn, son. Catch the motherfucking ball. What is you doing, son?
And they turn it over. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I
Best thing they added was the wall fixes when you're riding high line. Actually pushes the car like in real life. Shit's cool as fuck. Okay.
Field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Man, I can't
Jackson
wait to
from
get
the
on
shotgun.
there.
Man open left side is Brown.
Jackson's
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively.
Yeah, I miss them long fucking races that we used to
Put your best
do.
cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout
And
the
I heard
game.
they brought the Ford
Brackets,
truck.
double,
I heard that.
zone,
I think Joe
man,
told me
you
that.
name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Come on, y'all.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 7 yards there and a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and then capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
7 yards, the pickup there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So
That's
from the 36
fucking
now,
trip.
1st and 10. And Jackson throwing.
Did they fix the draft?
That one going to be complete to David
Damn, he
Moore.
grabbed a hold of his
And
arm.
they're able to get this one past the 30 down.
Or is the draft still fucked up?
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass.
These guys are fucking smoking me right now through the air.
But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
That's bullshit. I call bullshit. They keep fucking with it. It's better than it was. Okay.
Like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Booth reveal. I was going to
It's a simple
say.
question of whether or not the ball broke the plane. Well, I said it's simple. It's not really that simple. This could be really complicated.
We would love for it to be simple.
Hey, he
We know
didn't
that
hit
did
it.
actually
That ball
cross
is
the
not
plane
on
of
it.
the goal line, but as you described, it is a difficult call. All it takes is a portion of the ball crossing that line. Now the officials have to determine if that
It wasn't
happened.
even on the line. Get the fuck out of here. Overturn that shit now. That's what I thought.
After review of the play.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
And this is caught. Well, they get one
still
back.
got it.
Picking up the late touchdown here, but
Right,
still
you
down
gotta
big.
Go
And he's a
nut.
little bit on the shorter side as
Got
a
working
receiver.
5
Maybe
hours.
sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
All right, brother.
Sometimes they get
Yeah, we'll have
lost
to
in
get
the
on
traffic,
Discord,
but
man.
Usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide,
Take it
skinny,
easy,
whatever.
Craig.
There it results in a touchdown. Tucker now to add the point after.
Good talking to you again, brother.
And that'll cut the lead down to 22. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Ravens 14.
So would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And
Okay.
I know we brought
Yeah, sounds
analytics
good.
into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And finding the tight
Damn, I
end
didn't have
Hooper.
nothing open.
That catch good
I
for
don't know
only
how
a
that-
couple.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Now it looks like he'll throw here. His throw caught at about the 5. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
1st down, Las Vegas.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. The quick slant caught. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
You couldn't ask for a better start to the season than this one, and don't want to put too much stock in it, but a Week 1 win really in the return for a quarterback that they weren't sure would ever get back to what he once was.
And you and I both know there's going to be a lot of debate about whether or not he was looking better today than he has in the past. But what's not up for debate, they won the game. And in the process, I do think he made a lot of people question whether or not he'd be able to come back as a starter. Look just a little bit foolish.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Baltimore, good night, everybody.
I was pleased with how I played, and it felt like Coach's confidence was returning also. I really believe we had a decent chance of turning the season around. It's funny that such a short and simple conversation can be such a turning point. But in retrospect, we probably had already reached the turning point by then.
Alright, that's going to do it for today. I guess when we come back, it looks like we will be playing the Browns. Thanks for stopping by too, Craig. Good talking to you. And whoever else is in here watching. Thanks for hanging out. Excuse me. We will see you next time. Whew.